What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Octagon Jordan. We are here to dive into the new fight news just dropped by Dana White, and it's just so perfectly matched up with me getting my full violence shirt delivered. Read it and weep, baby. Read it and weep. I swear to God, I didn't know anything about the news. I'm just a huge Carlos Prates fan, and I can't wait to react to this main event for UFC Kansas City. Jamahal Hill, get your bum-ass leg the fuck out of here. I'm tired of you pulling out of Khalil Roundtree fights. Khalil Roundtree, go to the woods, go to Japan, work on your Muay Thai, go pray to the Buddhas, whatever the fuck you do, bud. Sit on the sidelines, fix up the nose. We got the Nightmare versus Ian Machado Garry, the future versus the Nightmare, and we're going to dive into it right now. Ian Garry is a fucking savage. Let's get that out first and foremost. Ian Garry is a fucking savage. He takes any fight, short notice, long notice, main event, 3 rounds, 5 rounds, number 1 ranked, number 3 ranked, number 10 ranked. It don't fucking matter for Mr. Machado. Mr. Machado! And of course, I'm a huge Carlos Prates fan, as you guys can tell by the new merch. The cigarette-smoking savage. The cigarette-smoking nightmare. All right? He's a nightmare for his opponents, and he's a nightmare for his own lungs. And the guy doesn't give a fucking bollocks. Both guys are stepping up to the plate. It's a young fighters matchup. I think both guys are below 30. I could be wrong. Prates could be 30. Ian Garry could be 30, but they're definitely not above 33, 32. So we got kind of prospects. You know, I wouldn't really call Ian Garry a prospect, but Carlos Prates is on the rise. The best fighter he's fought has been Neil fucking Magny, who Ian Garry absolutely destroyed as well. So we got 2 guys that absolutely obliterated Neil Magny going at it in the prime of their careers, and I can't wait. Here's Ian Garry announcing it.
Right, it's official. You've got a new main event, Kansas City, Missouri, me versus...
Right, I'm going to make this as awkward as I can. I'm going to be shirtless in me room, yeah, right. I'm going to be very fucking cringy on the mic with the Mrs. Machado. Okay? She's in the other room. I'm sleeping by myself in the guest bedroom. I pissed her off again. Right. He's got to do everything a little bit cringy, old Ian Garry here, doesn't he? You got to stick to the character, I guess, right? He's building something. He's building something. We just don't quite know yet what he's building, but got to stick to the character.
Carlos Prates, April 26th. I'm excited. Why? The UFC go, we need someone. Who do we need? Who do we call? You call me. Why? Because I'm a real fighter who wants to fight the best in the world.
True. True. You can't refute that about Ian Garry. He'll fight fucking anybody. He was signed up for Jeff Neal 2 times over. He had to fight a replacement against Neil Magny when Jeff Neal pulled out. Then he fought Jeff Neal again. Didn't even care that he pulled out the first time. Then he goes up short notice against Shavkat Rakhmonov, the boogeyman of the welterweight division. Holds his own for 5 rounds. I think it was a split decision. If not a split decision, it was 3 rounds to 2 rounds. Ian Garry implemented his grappling. So you got to give it to him. Guy's got kahunas. He's got fucking balls the size of grapefruits. Hey, Vince McMahon, get the fuck out of here. It's Ian Machado Garry time. Dun, 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 dun. Got to give it up for this cat.
I'm going to show everybody how good I am. Carlos Prates is awesome, but this is my world. I love to fight. There's nothing more I love in this world than fighting.
My name is Finlay, and I love to fight. Thought I'd just throw that in there.
Missouri, Kansas City, let's go. Ireland, get your tickets, get your flights. Brazil, get your tickets, get your flights. And Brazil, just scoop. What's his name?
Mr. Machado, get your tickets, get your flight, because you're coming to fuck with us, baby. I need my nutrition on point.
Brasileiros nesse luta. Vamos lá.
Vamos da lucha. Charles Oliveira do Bronx is coming with me to the better to bocha. I'm going to bring Brazil against Brazil, and then what they're going to do when I got to double Brazil in the Portuguese, but the double lucha.
Vi você abriu 26.
26 a 2, 26. Don't shave the stachola. This is good for porno and eating fucking butts. Okay? I get my stash. I look Mexicano. I talk fucking meat. and I'd take any fucking fight old baldy Dana White gives to me, baby. Give it up for Ian Machado Garry. Here it is, announced today. New main event alert. New main event alert. New main event alert. Coincides perfectly with this shirt, baby. The nightmare. This guy's lungs aren't ready for the Ian Machado Garry celebration. This guy's lungs ain't ready. He might bring some fucking shisha. Some hookah. Okay? The official announcement here by the UFC. Ian Machado Garry steps up. Number 7 against number 13. He just fought number 1, Shavkat Rakhmonov, went all 5 rounds. It was a very close fight. And now he's fighting down in the rankings again. If he wins, if he loses, Ian Machado Garry deserves some brownie points with the UFC. He deserves a big opportunity, a number 1 contenders fight. He also took the Joaquin Buckley fight. That ended up getting canceled because Garry had to take the Shavkat fight. He was matched up with Jeff Neal 6 times. He took Neil Magny on short notice. Guy's a stud. Guy's a savage. Let's look at his fucking record. I mean, I don't want to go off on Ian Garry too much. I'm rooting for Carlos Prates here. He's the hot up-and-comer. Ian Garry, kind of lost a little bit of his steam with the Shavkat, with the MVP kind of snoozer, the Jeff Neal snoozer. We're looking for excitement. And I know that Carlos Prates is going to bring that out of Machado. But Ian Garry's a savage. I mean, he's a fucking dog. Since he came in, he's fought, 3 times a year, 4 times in 2023, or 3 times. 3 times in 2024, and he's already scheduled for 2025. I mean, 3 times in 2021. This guy has been on a heater. He's been on one hell of a schedule. Gabe Green, Kanan Song, D-Rod. Then he fights Neil Magny. Jeff Neal pulls out. He fights Neil Magny on like a week's notice. Vicente Luque, he pulled out of it. Jeff Neal gets the win there. MVP, kind of a short notice fight as well. They just needed something for the card. UFC 303 was weak. They needed to put something on there. Beats MVP with grappling. Shavkat Rakhmonov, short notice. Stuffs all Shavkat's takedowns. Doesn't even come close to getting submitted. Doesn't even come close to getting knocked out. Actually had Shavkat in some trouble. Took the fight with Joaquin Buckley. And now he's taking Carlos Prates, the nightmare. This guy's knocking everybody the fuck out. Ask the leech, Li Jingliang. The nightmare turned the leech into a reporter. Sent his brain into the fucking stratosphere. I think it's still in the rafters of the AT&T Center. Or Staples Center, whatever. Intuit Dome. The leech's head is still floating away like a fucking helium balloon that got cut off its rope. I'm a reporter now. Bah! Destroyed Neil Magny. KO stiff. Let's look at the record. Yeah, he had some losses early on in his career. His record might not be the prettiest, but look at this. That's a Muay Thai. These are all at the beginning of his career. We're talking 2012. How old is this fucking cat? I think he's 30. 31 years of age in his prime. 2012 was 13 years ago. He would have been 17, 18. Not even knowing what he's doing. Lost this, doesn't even show how. Lost by submission. Okay, he's a lanky bull. This was 10 years ago, before he was practicing jiu-jitsu, before he was even sniffing the UFC. Who really cares about this? This is all the learning curve, all gaining experience. Again, rear naked choke. Loses a decision there at Muay Thai. And then gets hooked, retreating from hooks, whatever that fucking means. So a lot of submission losses early on in his career. But he's also getting KOs. KO, retirement. Made this guy quit. 5-0 opponent. Look at this guy's fucking name. You don't think he was a tough dude? Kurjajabaja Lusheludabaki. Kurbangjang, Tula Shtukabaki. Gajimurav Abduliev. 4-0. 1-0. He ain't fighting no fucking scrubs. Okay, I guarantee Gajimurav Abduliev is a beast. I guarantee it. Anyway, that was all, a while ago. Other than this one. This is the only one that's pretty recent. That was 6 years ago. Lost it by unanimous decision. Ever since then, it's been on a heater. Ground and pound. Strikes. Jab. Head kick. Fucking dominating these fools. And these are all, pretty decent opponents. 8-3, solid record. 21-7, solid record. 16-9 winning record. 12-6 winning record. Mitch Ramirez on Contender Series. 7-0 at the time. Straight left in round 2. KO's Mitch Ramirez in the second round, a 7-0 prospect. Thanks for coming. Here's your fucking exit papers. Here's your pink slip. Get the fuck out of here. Trevin Giles. I remember thinking Trevin Giles had a shot in this one. Everybody was amping up Carlos Prates, the Nightmare. I looked at his record, 6 losses, kickboxer. I thought Trevin Giles, he's a veteran. He's going to use his crafty man skill. Crafty veteran skill. You know what I mean? His experience. He's going to craft his way to some fucking, wrestling decision or some weird submission. Nope. No. Carlos Prates KO'd him stiff in the round 2. KO'd the fuck out of him. Thanks for coming. See you later. Charles Radke, Chuck Buffalo, doing pretty good in the UFC. Look at Charles Radke. Lost a grappling match. Other than that, undefeated in the UFC. Undefeated for a while, since 2021, Chuck Buffalo. Mike Mathetha, Gilbert Urbina, beat Matthew Semmelsberger in the first round since that loss. Chuck Buffalo ain't no scrub. Destroys Chuck Buffalo in the first round. In the first round. Li Jingliang kills Li Jingliang. Absolutely demolishes and destroys Li Jingliang. Leaves him in a fucking pool of unconsciousness on the canvas, twitching, has Daniel Cormier freaking out, scared as fuck. That's what he did to Li Jingliang. Killed him. Li Jingliang was ranked at one point. Neil Magny. Neil Magny never gets KO'd unless you're Santiago Ponzinibbio 10 years ago in your prime. Other than that, Neil Magny doesn't get KO'd. First round, stiff as a board KO. Stiff as a board. Fell down like a fucking building. A skyscraper that they were imploding. Demolished. Neil Magny. Dead on the canvas. Randy Brown, Jeff Neal, all scared. Ian Machado Garry steps up to fight the streaking, red-hot nightmare that is Carlos Prates. Now, everybody's excited about this fight. MMA Guru's even giving Ian Garry his props. Let me make sure everything's working properly. It is. MMA Guru's even giving him his props. MMA Guru hates Ian Garry. Always makes fun of him. Calls him a daisy. Calls him a little fucking cuck. You're an absolute little cuck of a thing. Ian Garry fucks his fucking wife's ex. Mr. Machado, the nutritionist, lives with him. Bangs his wife. Ian Garry's in the corner whacking himself. Do it again. Do it again. Don't lock me out, honey. I just got you these flowers. Record me. I'll stand out here like a little fucking cuck. That's what these guys think of Ian Garry. MMA Guru. Hates him. Always makes fun of him. Gives him his props. Gives him his flowers. No pun intended. As much as Ian Garry is an annoying freak that makes you want to rip your ears off every time you hear him speak or talk in general, which he kind of does, very cringe, he deserves major credit for his schedule, not afraid of terrifying matchups, takes on all comers. Respect. It's very rare in the UFC these days. You got to give that to Ian Garry. Colby Covington wouldn't dare, even in his prime when he was fighting RDA or Robbie Lawler when he was over the hill. I don't even know, Jorge Masvidal when he was over the hill. These types of matchups that Colby Covington has been taking before the Joaquin Buckley. You think Colby Covington's taking a Shavkat Rakhmonov short notice, even in the prime of his career, before he fought RDA for the interim strap? No! No! You think he's fighting Carlos Prates? You think they even fucking called him? You think they even looked up his number and tried, you know what? Just give him a buzz, give him a ring. He said he's ready on his live Twitch stream. He lost 10,000 last night with online poker. Stuttering all over the live stream. Give him a buzz. Hunter and fucking Mick Manor were like, dude, no. I'm going to delete his number. I'm not going to give him a buzz. I'm going to block him. Let's cut his ass. So, props to Ian Garry. Carlos Prates. Obviously, you guys can see my fandom for Carlos Prates. Love the guy. I really am excited by him. Loved his performance against the Leech. That was a truly epic, breakthrough performance. Neil Magny. Now, Neil Magny did show a couple, chinks in the armor of Carlos Prates when he was, pushing him up against the fence. Had him pretty good in the clinch. Now, Neil Magny is the clinch king. Neil the clinch king Magny. That's his whole game. Clinch. I'm going to clinch. I wish Tapology could put wins instead of decisions. It just said clinch. Clinch master. The clinch daddy strikes again. Clinch fest. Go watch Neil Magny and Phil Rowe. I've never seen so much clinching in my fucking life. It was who can clinch harder. Like two clams going at it. Two crabs in the fucking ocean just pinching each other's shit and just seeing like who can fucking pinch and clinch harder. Yeah. So, Neil Magny, he was testing Carlos Prates' takedown ability. And we know that Ian Garry has the takedowns, has the grappling and the wrestling in his arsenal. We saw it against MVP. That's how he won the fight against MVP. MVP's very fast. He's very creative striker. He's got very unorthodox techniques. He darts in like a little fucking, salamander, fucking little snake, da-da-da-da-da, and I'm out. And I'm doing this, and I'm doing this. Now what? Now what? And Ian Garry was able to figure out that Rubik's Cube, get him to the ground, hold him down, win a decision. Same with Shavkat. Everyone's like, oh, well, Ian Garry's tall, lanky. Shavkat will just have his way. Shavkat submitted Wonderboy Thompson. I'm sure Shavkat's going to be too strong, better wrestling. Just submit Ian Garry. Ian Garry was the one who actually had Shavkat in trouble. Ian Garry was the one who had Shavkat's back. So that goes to show this guy, he's got some wrestling and some grappling chops. Ian Garry does. I give Carlos Prates the KO advantage. I give him the quickness advantage. We already saw, old man MVP faster than Ian Garry. I definitely think Carlos Prates, he has Muay Thai tatted on his fucking chest. I think he's going to be faster than Ian Garry. So the question here is Ian Garry going to be able to get the takedown on Carlos Prates similar to what he did against Michael Venom Page? Is Carlos Prates going to be able to shuck Ian Garry off enough similar to what he did against Neil Magny? Neil Magny had him frustrated for 2-3 minutes in the clinch. He was able to shuck him off, and he was able to land that big right on the temple of fucking Neil Magny. Can he do that against the Machado one? The Brazilian Ian Machado. I mean, it's Brazilian versus Brazilian violence here. And I'm fucking here for it, baby. Gian Silva, fucking Kyle Baralho in the crowd. Give me the fucking fighting nerds. I want to see Gian Silva just, oh! I want to see it. So it's going to be a hell of a matchup. Like I said, it comes down to if Ian Garry can get the wrestling implemented, maybe submit Prates. We've seen him have submission losses early in his career. Or can Prates clip Ian Garry, test his chin, and land one on him like he did against Leach and like he did against Neil Magny, Trevin Giles, and all the rest of them motherfuckers. Early lean? It's so tough because Ian Garry is very underestimated, I feel. Even though he's number 7. He did really, really good against Shavkat Rakhmonov. Made Shavkat look human. Carlos Prates, we haven't seen him tested against the upper echelon yet. We saw an old-ass Neil Magny, clinch king himself. And he was having a little bit of success against Carlos Prates when it came to the grappling, the clinching, the wrestling, the holding, the stalling. So that's a little bit in the back of my mind. If he can do that, Ian Garry's stronger, younger, more agile. Early lean, I'm going Carlos Prates. How can I not? I got the fucking shirt on. I love the guy's style. I think he's going to be faster than Ian Garry. I think he's going to have more knockout ability. He's going to have more dangerous weapons. We've seen Carlos Prates get a knee-to-the-body finish against Chuck Buffalo. We've seen him get high kicks. We've seen him get, ground and pound. Ian Garry, we haven't seen that many KOs in the UFC. He KO'd Jordan Williams with kind of a slip-pull counter. Jordan Williams overextended. He countered with the right over the top. I don't see Carlos Prates making that mistake. That's kind of a rookie Muay Thai amateur mistake. Carlos Prates ain't doing that. He's getting in, he's getting out, he's using his quickness. He's not going to be there to be hit. Ian Garry had a head kick against D-Rod. I don't see him head kicking Prates. I don't think Prates is going to stand there like an old boxer that was in prison. He knows what he's doing. He's used to the Muay Thai. Early lean, I'm going Carlos Prates. I think he probably loses the first round, might even lose the second round, but he eventually finds a KO. He's too dangerous for too long. Ian Garry can't make a single mistake against this guy because he's going to hit you with something. Uppercut, high kick, body shot, knee, elbow, whatever the fuck it is. He's a nightmare to deal with. And early lean, Carlos Prates, but I really respect Ian Garry. I like Ian Garry. I know it can be a little boring, the Jeff Neal fight, the Shavkat fight, the MVP fight. So we do need him to pick up, his excitement a little bit. I don't want him to take all these fights and just grapple and try to win a decision with points and all this dumb shit. So, respect to Ian Garry. My early lean is the Nightmare, Carlos Prates by late round KO or TKO. And let's hear Carlos Prates himself talk about all the cigarettes that he's chiefing down every fucking day. Guy's a savage, baby!
Yeah, like normal day, not really, maybe 10, 15 cigarettes. Easy. Okay. If I'm worrying about something, maybe 1 pack, 2 packs per day. It depends, bro. If I go party,
It just depends, bro. You know, if I go party, I have 1, 2, 3 pack a night. You know, fit of tequila, whatever it may be. A little bit of the devil's lettuce, you know, the wacky tobacco, bro. If I'm stressed, you know, before the fight, I'd say a pack a day. And then definitely after the fight, you know, I'm chiefing weed, I'm chiefing bogues, I'm sucking my girlfriend's butt. It doesn't matter, bro. You know, it's the nightmare. It's nightmare time. Sleep, sweet dreams, bitch. It's nightmare time, and it's the nightmare era. Carlos Prates is coming on, baby. I can't wait. Ian Garry, good shit. Jamahal Hill, just stop booking Jamahal Hill for a little bit. Get your body in order, brother. Get your head in order. Make sure your Achilles and your calves and your knees are good. And stop booking fights so fast after one another. Because I'm sick of getting hyped up for your dumb fights and then some bullshit happen. So just take a little time, get the body right, lose a little bit of weight, come on back, and we'll see you in there against a Dom Reyes, a Nikita Krylov, an Uzdemir, something like that, all right? That's all I got. Thanks for tuning in. I'm very excited for this. I know Dana White also announced the Merab, Sugar Sean too. Didn't even bother even thinking about making a video for that stupid shit. Not hype whatsoever for that. The only thing that's going to happen in that matchup is the same exact shit from the first fight. Merab just spams takedowns. Merab kisses him and holds him on the ground and doesn't get close to any submissions because Merab doesn't have any submissions. Or Sugar Sean O'Malley can get lucky with a knee, uppercut, high kick, something like that. Eddie Wineland fake over the top and KO Merab, but it's not likely, and I'm not holding my breath for it. Kayla Harrison versus Juliana Pena. Talk about the nightmare. That's the ultimate nightmare, having to watch that absolute horse shite. All right, not looking forward to those. Prates, Garry, UFC Kansas City, baby. Let's go!